Do you ever need to send money abroad? Are you frustrated with high fees, confusing procedures, and mountains of paperwork? There is a better option. It can be really frustrating to send money abroad from Japan. Lots of people try and do it through the post office, but there's quite a large fee involved and you have to go into the branch, wait for ages. If you're lucky, you'll get someone who knows how to do the paperwork, and actually filling out the forms can be really frustrating. And you have to do that every single time. There are other options. So some people use Shinsei. Now it's SBI Shinsei Bank. Some people use Sony Bank. You can use Prestia, and most banks will do international transfers. But again, you've got fees, you've got paperwork, and you've got procedures. And most banks, you have to register the person that you're sending the money to in advance. My favorite since 2016 has been Wise. Actually, back then they were still called Transferwise. Now, Wise was started by a guy that used to work for Skype, I think. And the way it works is that Wise basically has accounts in different countries, their own bank accounts, as it were. And when you send money, it's not so much that you're sending the money, but you're putting money into Wise's Japanese bank account. And then they are sending the money from their bank account in the destination country to the person that you're sending the money to. And then they balance out the funds going each way. But what this means is that they can give you a much lower fee. You can generally get better exchange rates on the currency conversion. And it's very, very quick. When they started out, it was just transfers. That's why it was called Transferwise. But they changed the name to Wise because they've added other services as well. So now you can get a cash card, and you can use the cash card to withdraw money in different countries. And I used to do that with Shinsei, but they stopped allowing that functionality and they made a new kind of service that was kind of annoying. And so now I use my Wise card for that. And the nice thing about using the Wise card is that they have an app. It's very easy to move money between currencies on the app. And then when you withdraw it using the card, there's fewer fees to pay and you get a better conversion rate as well. The last service that they have that I think is really useful is they have this kind of virtual bank account functionality, so that you can set up a bank account in another country with, you know, all the proper sort codes, bank account numbers and so on, but it's through Wise. So even if you're not resident, you can create a virtual UK bank account with the sort code, a branch code, basically an account number, and you can use that account to send money and receive money in the UK. I've also got one in the US. So I have a virtual US bank account with all the proper kind of codes and so on. So again, I can send and receive money in the US. Really useful if you're doing that kind of transfers as well. But the main thing is the transfers. And the great thing about Wise is that once you've opened your account, which takes 5 or 10 minutes, apparently, we had someone on the forum do it last week and they were pretty surprised at how painless the whole thing was. Once you've got your account open, it's very easy to register a new destination, so a new payee, someone that you're transferring money to. That takes a couple of minutes tops. And then once it's registered, it's really easy to send them money again. And the fees are pretty low and they're very transparent. So before you even do the transfer, you can see how much you're paying in fees. Their exchange rates are pretty good. They're very competitive. And the whole thing's pretty quick as well. I find transfers to Europe normally take a day or two, tops. And that's including me transferring money from my bank in Japan to Wise to fund the transfer. The nicest thing from my point of view is that you can do it all online and it's very quick. So you don't have to go to the branch, you don't have to fill out any paperwork, you can set up a new transfer very quickly, and the whole thing's just very, very painless. it's also all there on the website. So just now I said I've been using them since 2016. I didn't remember that. I had to go into my account and I can look at all my transfers going back all the way to 2016 when I made my first transfer, sending money to myself in the UK. Now, this is not a sponsored video, but we are an affiliate for Transferwise. So if you click on the link below and sign up for an account, you'll be helping RetireJapan to continue producing content and to continue existing. So that would be great, and I would be very grateful. If you haven't got an account already, please click through the link in the description if you want to set one up. For me, Wise really is the best solution I've found for transfers under £1,000,000 yen. If you need to transfer more than that, you're probably going to be better off using a traditional bank and using Swift, doing a normal Swift transfer that way. But for transfers under £1,000,000 yen, say you're sending money to family or to your account back home to pay for whatever, or for small purchases and so on, Wise really is the easiest solution. It's really quick to open an account, it's really quick to set up new transfers, the fees are low and transparent, the exchange rate's good, and it all happens pretty quickly. And you can do it all online from your home. The virtual bank accounts and the cash card might be useful for some people, but I think the main functionality is still the international transfers. Now, you will need to upload your My Number information because that's required by law in Japan for any international transfers. But once it's all on there, it's pretty easy and you're good to go. So if you found this video useful and interesting, if you're into this kind of content, please do subscribe to the channel. It really does help us. And I'll see you in the next video.